And we're live. Hi everyone, this is amateurgamer, and now we return to amateurgamer casting Age of Empires 2. And we're on the map Arabia, and there was quite a bit of delay. I don't know if it's the replay or what, but it felt like both sides took a while to get started. But I mean, not everyone has crazy reflexes and just could, get into the early game immediately, right? So for red, we have Sempa playing as Portuguese. I don't think I ever cast a Portuguese one. And we have XX69, that common joke, playing as a Goss. Yeah, I don't recall ever having a Portugal in my game. I feel like they're very rare. Like, no, I've seen Portugal. I played against Portugal in campaigns, but have I? I think so. No, I haven't. Wait, I'm getting confused. Yeah, I don't think I even played against Portugal in my games. Let's see. So, naval and gunpowder civilization. Okay, all units cost minus 15% gold. Ooh, okay. So, as opposed to getting any economic bonuses, they have reduced costs. So for example, man at arms 17 gold. Wow, that is actually how much? Wait, 60 food, 17 gold. How much is the Goss? Because I think it's not just food costs, right? Okay, the Goss are like requires less food and slightly less gold. But that's only infantry. So if you look at something like knights, which is 75 gold for standard, because I don't think they have any discounts. Yeah, 64. Okay, yeah, that's basically your gold can go much further for Portugal. Ships plus 10% HP, which doesn't matter. There isn't even like a small body of water. And Fatoria in Imperial Age, if I remember correctly, that's a building that produces resources over time. Yeah, gather resources without villagers. It's nice, but it's pretty expensive, and it comes pretty late, unless you like basically rush for Imperial Age, which I think is possible for most of the games I've casted so far, where the other side is very passive. But oh yeah, it also takes up 20 population, so it's not quite free. I mean, it will eventually pay for itself, but yeah. Unique unit, organ gun, siege, and caravel. I mean, might as well look at both, right? Caravel. I just don't know where caravel is. Cannon, galleon. Oh, here. That fire bolts that pierce multiple units, strong versus large groups of ships, weak versus fire ships. I guess if you have critical number, you can just destroy the fire ships, because they have to get into melee range, and they might just get into the path of the projectile. And I thought that galley also range attack. Oh, they don't pierce. Okay, I see. Okay, that's pretty. And then organ gun should be castle, correct? Or am I getting... Yes. Organ gun is a siege unit. They're actually very strong if done correctly. The decent range, and if I remember, they hit pretty hard. So if you get to critical number, they are very hard to deal with. Like, yes, the enemy, it says weak versus cavalry, but if you have enough of these, they'll just mow down cavalry as well. With some micro, of course. And then Carrack's ships +1 armor. I think that text should be +1 armor and +1 pierce armor, unless I'm mistaken. Yeah, they kind of got lazy there. and arquebus gunpowder units more accurate. Wait, ballistics, that's for the siege, right? Yeah, I don't know. I think so. Ballistics should be like towers. Siege units hit moving targets. Well, maybe not siege units. Ballistics. Archers, town centers. Okay, right. It's just your archers and your buildings and ships. Fire more accurately than your gunpowder. Though I noticed gunpowder don't seem to fire projectiles, so I don't know how that works. I guess they're able to anticipate the enemy movement and just turn the right direction. I mean, maybe they do have a projectile, it's just really fast. Line of sight is shared with the team starting Dark Age. Okay, that doesn't matter. That definitely doesn't matter. So we have a standard start. Nothing out of the ordinary. We have red walling off. Blue also doing some wall off. Blue also has a barracks. Blue has a slight lead in feudal age, but that's about it. Wow, that's actually literally long distance hunting. Interesting. To be honest, I kind of don't like the change they made to the... Okay, for a moment I'm like, is there a gap here? No. I kind of don't like the change they made to the spectator, because right now it seems like you get a lot of games that haven't started, and for spectating it kind of sucks when I can't fast forward. I also don't know if there's still the bug. So yeah, so we have... Yeah, see, we're already caught up. I wouldn't mind if I get into a game that's already finished now, so I could just fast forward whenever I need to. But, you know, we don't live in an ideal world. And we're seeing militias. Oh, they did rush. Okay. I guess it's not surprising. Does red have... Oh, red doesn't even have loom. Okay, that's why. I see. So this militia will probably die. And maybe the other one as well, unless blue is microing. But yeah, see, this is the thing, right? If you don't have loom... Okay, I was like, wait, the numbers don't make sense. So blue has an advantage, and that's with red not getting a loom. So we have men at arms. Oh, yeah, red doesn't even have a barracks. You don't want to lose. Yeah, you don't want to lose villagers. This might not even finish. This is why it's very important to make sure you have some military. Are they able to catch up? Are villagers just slow? Yeah, being forced to build a watchtower is not optimal. Oh no. Yeah, red is just falling apart. I mean, it also doesn't help that red doesn't have loom, which probably would matter. And destroying this mining camp, you know, before I'm like, well, it's not much. But you gotta remember one important thing. Actually, this man at arms is almost dead. So if red just attacks it, he's dead. He literally can't take another hit. Yeah, red is... Okay, finally. I mean, it's still not optimal because red doesn't have loom. This is why loom is important. Now, while loom is important, I also don't recommend you getting... How many villagers have you lost? 10 villagers? I'm assuming those were all villagers. Yeah, the scout cavalry is alive. 10 villagers lost. Damn. They're definitely doing... Oh, you don't want to fight that. I mean, yes, you'll win, but... Yeah, if red keeps losing villagers, red is going to be in trouble. And we have some idle, and blue is still basically just harassing. Oh wow, blue just built 2 barracks here. Blue's like, here, let me help you wall in. Oh, that is... I don't know if that's a next level strat, but that is pretty funny. Oh yeah, that villager is going to die. Unless he walls the men-at-arms in. I think it's possible. But yeah, that's the main thing, right? Blue is now... I mean, honestly, if I was blue, I wouldn't be building more of these. I would go for Castle Age. Because you're not going to win with just men-at-arms. But you can most definitely, you know, use this to further progress. Yeah, blue should be working. I actually don't know if blue is supply blocked, but I don't see blue making any effort to go into... I mean, it's really tough to, like, unless you do tower rushes, otherwise... Wow. Yeah, unless you do tower rushes, otherwise it's really tough to win in Feudal Age. Now if you go to Castle Age and start getting battering rams, that's where things get scary. And then you could get some archers. Yeah, why not get some archers? Oh, they're going back for more. Like what is red going to do? Yeah, this guy. Wait. Why? Well, I guess they can't really attack that. Yeah, blue is just like messing with red's economy. Actually, I don't even think red has any on food. Yeah, red's like economy is disrupted heavily. And red is just losing more and more villagers. And since red is not getting any food, okay, red is going for Castle Age, but I don't know how that Castle Age will help if they don't have any resources to build units, right? That's a funny thing. I think red is... saying red is done for is probably not an understatement. Yeah, if blue just take all of these out, like, that's a ton of resources. I just don't see red recovering from this. Like, I know I've been wrong before, but yeah, red definitely made a huge error. Like, when you're playing against the Goths, you got to expect your enemy to rush you. Which, you know, personally, I don't like that. Personally, I don't like these kind of cheese. It's part of the game, so I understand that it will happen, but I'm definitely not a fan of it. Now, what I like better about another RTS, Rise of Nations, is that what happens is you can only build buildings within your own, like, there's a certain zone, right? There's, oh shit, I can't remember. It's so the idea is there's a certain, like, territory that you control, and you can only build buildings there. So that makes rushing the enemy impossible, because you can only, like, even cities, you can only build within your territory. So it takes quite a few territories to get to your enemy. Now this does mean that games can be drawn out, but I mean, like, I feel like blue's rush would be less effective if blue had to build all the men-at-arms from here, because it takes longer. But guess what? They could build it right, you know, at your place, and suddenly you're screwed. So personally, I'm not a fan of cheese. I just don't like it. So I mean, it's part of the game, so I'm not gonna keep complaining, but that's just my opinion. And anyways, this is the end of this video. It was pretty quick, but yeah, blue basically controlled. I mean, that's the thing, when you're playing against the Goths, you gotta make sure you have some defense, or at least get a barracks built so that you can at least counter them. Because the biggest mistake red did here was allow like not being able to produce any military buildings, and then just losing so many villagers that in the end, Red's economy was in shambles. Red has no ability to produce any units other than villagers, and even that one watchtower wasn't very useful because, as you can imagine, it can only cover so much. Anyways, that was, I think, a textbook play by Blue with the Goths. That's generally how you should play them. Though if the rush failed and if the enemy gets a stronger economy as a result, Blue will be in trouble. So it's a high risk, high reward kind of playstyle. Anyways, this is the end of this video. Thank you everyone for watching, and hope you have a good one.